I had a message left on my page the other day, and I've since blocked and deleted the person because it's not worth sharing what they'd written. But it does make you think when someone comes along and sees a 1 minute video or a 3 minute video of you, and they come to a conclusion, but they haven't. I think the problem nowadays is people won't go back and look at other videos or follow a story, or if you followed me for 10 years or whatever that I've been doing this online, you get the gist of who I am, right? So you know who I am. So when I do a video, you kind of know what I'm going to be talking about. But if you only see me once and you come to a conclusion, why do people do that? Why do they come to some kind of conclusion? Anyway, the comment was around about giving useful predictions. Now, when I'm doing an online predictions about the world, they are just little snippets of visions that I am shown, and it's the only way I can show you how I work. Because the only other way you're going to find out how I work is to have a reading with me where I connect directly to you, and they are totally different readings. As I do them by email, and I look at someone's photo, and then it all comes through, and I just type, or I used to write, now I just type, and it all comes through like that. That's how I channel messages. So when I'm doing a private one-on-one, I am just focused on that one person. So every single thing that you get is going to be specific to you. It's just about your life, nobody else's life. But when I do a generalized reading and pick a country, or say something that I could see happening in that country, like actually I'd written down the other day that I could see an 8.4 earthquake in Asia. So that's not going to affect half the world, it's only going to affect a small area of the world. So someone else in another country is going to go, well, what's the good of hearing that? That doesn't affect me. How could I possibly do that many predictions to cover everybody in this world? It's impossible. So, and that's what this comment was. This comment was kind of like, it was what I had said was I was showing some of the predictions that I had seen had actually come true. And their response was, well, why is that any good to me? I know that's really selfish on their part, and I shouldn't. It's not that they bothered me. It was just, it does make you realize, or I don't know if it does make you realize the difference in when I'm sitting there just doing a vision that I can see around the world compared to private. Like private is, I am just going to be focused on you. And they are just totally different readings. I get so much more information when I'm just dealing with one specific person rather than getting a worldly prediction. And, sometimes, and I've said this before, like sometimes what's the point in having a prediction that you're never going to be able to stop? Like if I see an 8.4 earthquake, I can't stop it. So, and is there a point in sharing it? But I think it's the only way sometimes that other people can see that's how you work. Like, how else do I prove that's how I work? Unless you get a private reading from me, how would you know how I worked? How would you know how I could get things right? How would you know that? You just wouldn't. You have to see some kind of proof, because humans need proof, don't they? So that's why I do that. That's why I try to do generalized worldly predictions, and most of them I get really, really correct, and sometimes I'll get one or two wrong. And then there's the naysayers that'll only focus on the one or two that I got wrong, but I will never, ever, 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 ever hear from them when I get things right.